Hey guys, Retro Gaming Guy here. So I went to Goodwill today and I picked up this gaming PC right here for 300 bucks. Now, I have absolutely no idea what model it is, what make it is. Well, I have an idea as to what make it is based on the fact that I'm familiar with the frame here. But other than that, I have no idea what the specs are, what the model is, whether it works or not. Didn't come with power supply cables, didn't come with literally anything except for what is installed internally here. I also noticed here that clearly the front panel is missing. So we could go ahead and stick our fingers right into these cooling fans on here, which would be not very fun. But we definitely have to get some parts for this at the very least. I'm hoping this works. It could be an absolute bust, but I'm familiar with the frame of this gaming PC. I know it's a CyberPowerPC, and those are relatively expensive. Now, I don't anticipate this being top of the line by any means. I think it's one of their lower models, but still, 300 bucks for a gaming PC is a steal as long as it works. So we're going to actually hook this up. Luckily, I have an extra power supply cable here, have an HDMI cable. I'm gonna bring in my mouse, which you see right here. I got the keyboard down here, and we're gonna see if this actually boots up. If not, I'm gonna have to start opening this up and figuring out what's going on internally and, you know, figuring out how we can maybe get this up and running. So let's dive into this. Let's see what we can do. So far, we're into it for 300 bucks. Let's see where we end up here. All right, guys, so again, I'm gonna make sure that I don't do too much over here in this area. I do have to track down a cover panel here for the front of this, because clearly, once this starts going, these three cooling fans are gonna start spinning really quickly. And you can see I can put my finger right in here. That would not be good for me, my dogs, my kids, nobody. So we're gonna be really careful when handling this, but you can see we have a door right here that opens up very nicely. We still have the plastic on here as well. It is pretty dirty, so I'm glad that that's actually on there. But other than that, I mean, everything in here is really clean. It looks like this was never used, to be perfectly honest. I mean, there's not even a coating of dust on here. Everything internally looks really good. So I'm gonna keep this closed for the time being. I'm gonna rotate this around to the back side here. And it says right back here, CyberPowerPC Model C Series. We have a service number here, we have a model number, so that's going to be crucial in actually getting me the front panel and being able to track all that down. So I'm gonna go ahead and, let's see, I've got a crappy keyboard that I use right here for any time that I am working on anything. I actually already connected over my Jellycomb mouse receiver there. So we're good there. I have a power supply cable that I actually had extra here from my last PC that crapped out on me, so hopefully that works. And then HDMI, which is gonna go to the TV that you see right behind me. So we've got DisplayPort, HDMI, DisplayPort. All right, that makes it easy. We're gonna go into HDMI. All right, hopefully this actually turns on. If not, we're going to be in for immediate issues here. And up here at the top, we actually have, let's see, 2 USB 3 ports, microphone port, headphone, our, looks like RGB light button right there, and then our power button. So all in all, I mean, this looks like it's in really great shape. I'll actually show you guys the top here. And you can see right here, there is a little ledge that's a little dinged up, and that's where likely the front panel kind of overlapped onto this. So unfortunate that that wasn't included in here, but let's give this a go. All right. Bring my input over on the TV. All right, so I'm gonna flip the switch in the back here, and we'll hold down the power button. Hopefully this powers on. So far, so good. And I'm gonna be super careful. I almost went to grab around the corner there. We don't wanna lose any fingers here on camera. As much as I'd like the views, I don't think I wanna take that approach to it. So yeah, very nice cooling on here. Very nice RGB lighting as well. Now, we do have cooling fans inside here as well, but let's move this aside so we can see the screen. So it did boot right up, but I have a feeling, damn, all right. So I'm actually gonna block this out just so you guys don't see, just for privacy purposes here. This is showing what I assume to be the previous owner's name on here. Don't want to, you know, blow up anybody's spot on here, but that's unfortunate because there's no way. Let me try like 1, 2, 3, 4, but yeah, I mean, that's okay. All right, so I guess this is gonna become somewhat of a tutorial here. So if you ever get to a Windows screen like this where you have forgotten your password, what you can easily do on here is you can hit Shift on your keyboard and you can actually basically reset your PC. So I'm gonna hold down Shift and I'm gonna go over here to Power, and I'm gonna hit restart. The whole time I'm gonna hold down shift on my keyboard. So this should bring up some options once this reboots. I'm hoping that we can go in and reset everything this way. All right, perfect. So the PC is obviously in the way a little bit here. Let me see if I can rotate that. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit troubleshoot, which is the bottom option over here. And then we should be able to reset this. So we're gonna reset this PC, and since this is a PC that I got from Goodwill, I don't care about anything that's already on here, so we're gonna remove everything. Now, if this was your PC, then maybe you would go a different approach. We're gonna do local reinstall here at the bottom. And let's see where we get with this. So fully clean the, all right, do you want to fully clean your drive? When you remove your files, you can also clean the drive so that the files can't be recovered easily. This is more secure, but it takes much longer. We're just gonna remove the files here for now. And you can go either route here, but that's a shorter approach. I don't want to spend hours doing this, so we'll go ahead and confirm reset right here. And this, once it resets, should enable us to come into this basically as a factory reset. So let's see what happens. So your device ran into a problem, needs to restart, we'll restart for you. Okay, never a good sign. And it's going to bring us back out to where we have to go back into this, holding shift again, I'm sure. All right, guys, so long story short here, I'm glad that I skipped ahead because I was dropping F-bombs like crazy on here to the point where demonetization would have been in the cards here on YouTube. So glad I skipped ahead, but this sucker right here fought me every step of the way. I was not able to get into Windows 11. Obviously, you guys saw that it was password protected. No way to access that. I tried to do every step along the way to unlock this, to get this reset, restored, all the different steps that I typically take and have success with anytime that I have a used PC that I'm locked out of. Did not work on here. So basically just went in here, wiped everything out completely, grabbed a USB flash drive, put Windows 11 on here, did a fresh install, and you can see I've got my YouTube channel pulled up on here. Everything's running well so far, but we didn't get this just to jump onto a web browser and watch me on YouTube. That's not what this gaming PC is meant for. So we're gonna test this out with some AAA titles. Something like this should be able to handle AAA titles. Otherwise, in my opinion, it's not worth the setup here. We can get into retro gaming on this quite easily, I'm pretty sure. We'll test that out as well. But for something this size with everything that we have going on here, we should be able to get into AAA titles. So I'm gonna grab my Play Night game drive. I'm gonna plug that in here. I'm gonna download all the necessary drivers to this PC, and we're gonna jump into some pretty demanding titles and see how everything is handled right here on this, what is currently a $300 PC that I found at Goodwill. So let's dive into it and get started.
Second and short. Aikman. Touchdown! You want this? They're going for it. Aikman. And it's good!
Fight. KO. Round 2. Fight.
All right, guys, you saw exactly what the gaming experience was like on here. We are able to get into AAA titles. I won't say that we're able to get into every AAA title or that it's going to be an incredible experience with every AAA title, but we can get into some AAA titles and it is a pretty good experience. Now for retro gaming, which is what I'm most into, this handles everything extremely well. Everything that I threw at it, it sailed through without any issues, including PS3, which is pretty demanding. I even got into some Xbox 360 titles, but that emulator, as I've mentioned before in past videos, is not my favorite. It's definitely very limited. So yeah, I mean, I think for 300 bucks, this is a pretty stellar option here. Of course, I do have to get a front panel on here, and that could cost me anywhere from like 25 bucks to 150 bucks. Just depends where I'm able to source it from. And I think that is going to be a little bit of a challenge to locate because it's not something that they do sell separately. So I will reach out to the company. Now, this is from CyberPowerPC. They do make good PCs. This one specs included an 11th generation Intel i5-11 400 processor, which is not a top of the line processor by any means. It's decent, don't get me wrong. But with that, I believe we have speeds of like 2.6 gigahertz. So it's definitely not absolutely mind-blowing or anything like that. So if I do decide to keep this, I would definitely upgrade the processor here, and I'd probably update and upgrade the graphics card as well. So this offers 16 gigabyte DDR4 RAM, which is pretty decent, but it has a NVIDIA RTX 2060 graphics card, which is very good, but it's not top of the line. So if I do decide to keep this, I will do the upgrades to bring it to probably a couple tiers above where it is currently, and it would definitely unlock some really stellar capabilities here. But for 300 bucks, I'm happy. I got this up and running, and it is a good experience for retro gaming, which is probably what I'll use it for more so than AAA titles currently, but I will be looking to upgrade if I do decide to keep this. I do have another gaming PC that right out of the gate is much better than this in terms of performance. I do like the layout and design of this much better, as long as I can cover up these 3 cooling fans right here in the front. But let me know what you guys think about this find from Goodwill. And remember, ShopGoodWill.com is how I located this, and I was able to locate this locally, but they do save the best stuff for ShopGoodWill.com, even if it's at a local location. So definitely go to ShopGoodWill. You can go to the Advanced tab at the top of your screen, and you can actually select the locations that you want to search. So for me, I just go to the 2 closest locations, because if I had to pay shipping on this, I would have gotten totally hosed. I mean, this is super heavy, it's bulky. This would probably cost, I would say, at least 65, 70 bucks to ship because of the weight and, you know, the large size here. So you know, if you can get it and go pick it up, you're going to save a fortune. So again, 300 bucks plus tax on here. I'm definitely happy with what I've got. Let me know what you guys think of this find though in the comments of this video. Remember to check out Shop Goodwill. You can check the gaming section as well as the computer section. And honestly, this one wasn't in either of those. This was in the clothing section. So sometimes you got to use that search function, use you know, keywords like gaming PC, stuff like that, because the people listing these don't usually know a whole lot about the products they're listing. So you can find some really great deals on there in the wrong category sometimes. And that definitely helped me here, I think. So definitely check it out. That's going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up on the video. And of course, hit subscribe to stay in the loop for all future videos right here on the Retro Gaming Guy YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.